We hop out fast, we on his ass, and ain't no time to crash.
This morning, police are trying to figure out who shot two men in southwest Atlanta.
Police are investigating after two men were shot in southwest Atlanta.
Into who shot and killed a man in southwest Atlanta.
We hop out fast, we on his ass, and ain't no time to crash.
We out whoever in that great challenger, I see it again on my dick. I'm hitting the button.
Too quick, this bitch, you very fast. Bitch, you can't catch up with flash. 4-0, we on your ass. I ain't got no gun.
4-0 with that nigga. Oh.
Today I will talk about the gang beef in PR World Chapter 15. Enjoy the video. It all began with a tight-knit group of teenagers, aged just 12 to 15, who started out simply as friends. Over time, their bond and shared experiences on the streets led them to make a defining choice. They would call themselves D-Boy and turn their friendship into a gang. They made crews like Y5 or Slime DSG, and they would go under the name called 1L. They made the gang. After the Redwood Apartments in Mirror Park was tore down and made people move to the East Heights and Town Hill apartment. The other half of the group made a Crip set called 6BLK toward 1800, and they would rep Eastside Zone 6 to the fullest, and they would be in the Jameson Town apartments. The group was large and closely connected, with most of its members attending MLK Middle High School together. Their shared time at the school helped strengthen their bond, turning everyday interactions and friendships into the foundation for a tightly unified crew. The two leaders out the crews were Jay and Bam. Jay was known for being a hothead in school, but he was smart in school and out. He was 12 years old in his pick a year before everything happened. It was a big movement.
Into who shot and killed a man in southwest Atlanta is underway, and we could see a heavy police presence in front of a home on New Hope Road all day today. That's where we find Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond. Sarah, what do we know?
Bam was devastated and was willing to crash out. Bam's close friend told him it was Jay from 1L. But the way his brother died was him, and someone was playing with a gun, and the dude accidentally shot at it hit Bam brother. He ran off and left him there to bleed out. So when he told Bam it was Jay, Bam pulled up on Jay and asked about it. Later on, Jay told him it wasn't him, but Bam didn't believe him and shot and started shooting at Jay. And it was up from there. After that, they would going back and forth online and diss each other like crazy.
Whoever in that great challenger, I see it again on my daddy, I'm hitting the button. I see that great challenger again, I'm hitting the button. I see that great challenger again.
Don't gotta know all that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't get no fuck. I want a broke, bitch ass nigga.
Y5 members was in traffic and caught Zen from 6 Block at the gas station and caught him walking out the store and ran him down.
Call me at the place tonight.
Six BLK was hurt behind Zendef. Y5 was quiet the whole time. Jay and Driller was driving through 6 Block until 4i and Zinnick saw them and shot at their car. The car crashed. Jay and Driller got out the car, started shooting back, and Driller got hit. Zinnick ended up getting shot in the shootout and ran off. Jay took Driller to the hospital, but later on ended up dying to a headshot. 2 days later, Bam dropped a song and it hit 800K views in a day. They was celebrating. The whole 6 block threw a party at a hotel. The party was going good. Bam and Zinnik got in an argument and Zinnik left Bam house. Jay was in traffic looking for a 6BLK member. Jay saw Zinnik on the boulevard on a bike and shot him, leading him to screaming for help, but die a minute later because the ambulance was taking too long. Before Driller died, he was cool with a Northwest group called 1200 and a East gang called 508. 508 is a gang from the tore-down Edgewood apartments in the Mid-East Side. 1200 is a gang from the Westwood Northwest apartment complex and is a 60 script set. A week later, Jay, 2 1200 members and 1 508 member named Rilo was on a high-speed chase and ended up crashing the car. Everyone got away except for Rilo. A day later, police caught Jay Miller in the store and he got arrested for Zinnik murder. It's a video of him getting arrested in the gas station.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Now 6BLK beef with 1200 and 508. A day later, J55, Fargo, and B55 was on 1800 looking for Bam.
Where the monkey shit's at, though? Talking all that shit, but niggas don't be out.
4Es saw them and started shooting at them. J5 and B5 ended up dying to a headshot, and Fargo got hit in the leg. Jay ended up getting the news and was mad as hell, so he snuck out of his mom's house to go and find 4Es. A week later, Jay picked up Fargo from the hospital and they was going to Jay's mom's house. Out of nowhere, his car got shot up. Jay was ducking his head until the gunshot stopped. Jay looked to his right and saw Fargo bleeding out and took him to the hospital. Later, he was pronounced dead. Jay realized when he got to the hospital, he got hit and went to the emergency room. While he was in the hospital 5 hours later, 6BLK was live on the 5. Some Y5 members saw it and went outside to see 6BLK and had a shootout on live.
This morning, police are trying to figure out who shot 2 men in Southwest Atlanta.
Good day's Alexa Liacco is live outside Grady Memorial Hospital, where both men are now recovering. And Alexa,
What's wrong with that nigga? Oh, too bad. Too bad. I too bad.
Jay and the whole 1L was having mixed emotions behind Fargo, so they made a gang called Fargo GXNG. 6BLK started diss Jay real close friend, White Boy, that died at a party 2 years before the beef.
The backstory behind White Boy. White Boy is from Cobb County, Northside. Moved to East Heights when he was 11 years old. He was known for his funny ways and for being a hustler. He met Jay when he moved to the East Heights after the Redwood Apartments was tore down. One day, him and Jay was trying to sneak into a party when an argument started and shots went off, hitting White Boy in the head. He was rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead an hour later.
See, I never seen you niggas work no block in the Ville. No cap. I was out there with y'all. I never seen it.
6BLK started claiming Die 5 and Ys. Around this time, a 1200 members named Kai was in the hospital for 2 months when he got shot at by 4I when he was alive. He later on died to his injuries. 2 weeks after his death, the leader of 1200 went to jail for a gun charge. 6 Block would start trolling on IG. Bam got fed up and went to Y5 Block and saw Trey, a Y5 member, walking out his mom's house. 6BLK wasted no time to troll him and Bam Man a song about the situation and got 700K views.
I'm gonna fucking shoot you. Yo, that man
motherfucker. You need to get with some pussy.
Bam was living the best life for a good little minute. A month later, Bam and CJ was in traffic driving to the record label building. A gray Honda pulled on side of them. They was asking who it was until Jay hop out the car and kill Bam and CJ.
An update to a story we mentioned earlier in this newscast. An Atlanta rapper's death has now been ruled an accident. Atlanta News First just got the report from the Fulton County Medical Examiner, and according to that report that we've been going through, Kenneth Bailey also...
It was a sad day for Atlanta. Atlanta lost one of their biggest upcoming artists at 15. News came out that Bam Close's friend was the one that killed his brother, and he lied on Jay from 1L. Bam Close friend was in a gang called RT Real Trappers. Their hood was in the Chamberlain Hills before the whole hill became abandoned in trap spots. It's a Grape Street Crip set. Backstory on Chamberlain Hills. Chamberlain Hills is the most dangerous neighborhood in Atlanta. Is known for being the oldest and ran down hood. The whole RT ended up getting locked up for gun charges and attempted manslaughter.
I will a 5, we in the 5, I'm trying to catch a
5.
5K. He dissed and died, I heard his dumbass.
Originally from the Northgate apartment complex, a white dude, known as Country Boy, made a notable move to the King Court Apartments. The relocation placed him in a more dangerous environment, one that would play a significant role in shaping his connections and reputation within the local community. He had recently got out of jail for a gun. Charged before he got out, he had a HB named Marcus that told on him in jail. Right after he told, he ended up killing himself at 13 years old. Hashtag LLM. Country Boy was cool with Greedy when he was in jail, and when they got out, they made a group called 1904L, which was a Crip GD set. They started working in the drug business, and they was making money. Greedy didn't like White Boy named, so he gave him a new named call, Chucky, and ran with it. $1900 got into a argument with a gang called ABG and 5,900 over territory in the South Side. A member of ABG got snitched on by a 4L member named Doofy, leading to Doofy getting killed by Greedy a day later. Greedy ended up becoming the most feared person in ATL and was running the drug game. Him and Chucky was unstoppable. But one day, Chucky and Greedy was at Chucky Block in North Atlanta, trapping. Chucky and Greedy was arguing bad, and Greedy left the block. A car got on side of Greedy car and started shooting.
Thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Joe Ripley. First at 6, Atlanta police right now investigating after 2 people were found shot to death at an apartment. It happened at a complex on Hollywood Road. If you're familiar with this area, this is down the road from Scott Elementary School. Officers say when they got there, they found a man and a woman who had both been shot and killed.
Chucky got get back for Greedy but word, and the street was Greedy. Died in the hospital. Every gang in Atlanta was hurt behind Greedy. He was the second biggest, lost in Atlanta. Greedy's son met up with Chucky to keep the drug game going. Backstory behind Reggie. After Greedy death, Reggie came from Detroit to Atlanta to find who killed his dad. Later on, he linked up with Chucky and Capone to run the drug game. So they made a gang called 4, Greedy, which was a Crip, GD Slime, Blood Vice Lord, set. Chucky has put Reggie and Greedy, cousin Capone, on the drug game. They found a plug in Mexico, and from there they went up. They started working with a big gang like 1L. One time, they was working with 1800, but one day, Chucky was with a 1800 member named Blix. He pulled Blix to the side and told him he don't like 6BLK because they was dissing his cousin White Boy. Blix tried Chucky, saying something slick about his cousin. Chucky swung on Blix and knocked him out. Blix had to go to the hospital. 1800 didn't like that and stopped working with 4L. 8 days later, Blix was in traffic and saw Chucky at a red light and let 20 shots to his car, and from there it was up. The next day, Blix got pulled over and arrested for a gun charge. He got stabbed by AAB GMB in prison and survived. Months later, a shift in leadership quietly took place. Reggie and Chucky, once active figures in the streets, began stepping away from the lifestyle. Reggie transitioned into the nightlife scene, investing in and managing a local club. Meanwhile, Chucky turned his focus to music, founding and running his own record label.
Reggie nightclub business was going up and was getting real famous in this city. So as Chucky label, Reggie and Chucky would end up linking with Donald Trump and more celebrities because of their business.
During the ongoing tensions between 4L and 6BLK, Vaughn, a known figure and leader affiliated with 1200, was released from jail on gun-related charges. Shortly after his release, Vaughn was officially signed to 1900 Records, marking a significant development in both his personal career and the wider landscape of the local music scene. Around the same time, Vaughn secured a record deal with 1900 Records. Tensions on the streets escalated beyond city limits. In a calculated move, Chucky and Reggie, both alleged affiliates, tracked down Capone in Mexico. Capone, known for his flashy lifestyle, one of the big three in 1900, and suspected ties to 6BLK, was fatally shot. Sources claim his high-profile presence and perceived disloyalty made him a target. The killing marked a turning point in the ongoing conflict, sending a clear message about loyalty and consequences, and got found 2 months later. As Vaughn of 1200 continued to rise in the rap game, his influence extended far beyond the local scene. Garnering widespread attention, he began to gain serious attention online and in the industry. Major artists took notice, most notably Birdman, who publicly shouted him out. Vaughn took to Instagram one day and publicly began claiming affiliation with 4L. The post sent shockwaves through both allies and rivals, raising questions about shifting loyalties. Chucky's record label was experiencing significant success, solidifying its reputation in the local music scene. As part of its growth, the label expanded its roster by signing a new artist known as 305 CJ. This move underscored Chucky's commitment to nurturing emerging talent. It's not much to be said about him, but he is a rapper from the Town Hill apartment area. Tensions soon surfaced between 305 CJ and Chucky over the direction of the record label. Their professional disagreements escalated into personal animosity. In a heated exchange, 305 CJ warned Chucky explicitly, telling him he'd better not see him again. The fallout marked a sharp break in their partnership. Chucky ended up putting money on his head and had Vaughn off 1200 backdoor him at his studio.
Police are investigating a deadly shooting near a recording studio and event space. It all happened on Bishop Street, not too far from Atlantic Station, after midnight. Police say that there was a party, then an argument broke out and someone started shooting. One man in his 20s confirmed dead, and police are still gathering details as we speak.
Jay was cool with some people from the west side and made a crew named Traffic GXNG, and some time put a 5 at the end for the affiliation with 5. I forgot to mention, back before Chucky and Reggie was still in the street, they was working with AOG1L, gang called Murderville. The leader of MV is T-Mac. T-Mac was a OG1L member and is real respected. They started naming Mirror Park Murderville cause of it. Dangerous environment, and became the second most dangerous neighborhood in Atlanta. He was so respected on the east side and made the whole East Boulevard MV. He a real close friend with Jay and grew up with him in the old Redwood apartment complex. Jay was cool with some people from the Northgate apartment complex, aka 8 Block. They would be around Chucky and would do some work for him time to time. One day Kai and Exotic was in MV chilling with Jay. An hour later, 4 shots went off. Jay backdoor Kai and Exotic for stealing $7K from him.
When it happened, Jay drove off so nobody would ever know that he killed them.
One day, Von off 1200 went to J Barbershop in Mirror Park. They was chopping it up at first, but then Jay and Von was playing dice. Jay was beating Von ass at dice, but Von got mad, and a big brawl happened in front of the barbershop, and it ended up turning to a shootout. The next day, some TG5, 1L members took a pic dropping 4s to diss 1204. One day, a 1L member named Y5IV was at the gas station and saw a black car pull up and saw Von hop out the car and started shooting at him. He got rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead the next day.
News for you now. You're looking live at the scene along Piedmont Avenue Northeast. Atlanta Police, APD telling us tonight they are investigating a homicide at the Racetrack gas station. We understand one man was shot at the gas station. He later died at Grady Hospital. Now, this is across the street from at least 2 Georgia State University buildings. APD said it does not know at this time if the person killed had any ties to GSU. Once we know more on the shooting, we will share it not only online, but on air.
The whole east side was devastated, and Von was trolling hard on social media. Life was going good after the situation and was getting more famous in the industry. A sex, money, murder, blood set from the Morning View, apartment area name, money sign, goon. 3L got into an argument in the mall with some TG5 member. It a picture of a 3L member slumped over on a tree after fighting Jay. A rolling 60s crib set from the West End. Apartment's name, Walk Down Gang, and was cool with 6 Block and jumped in the beef with 1200. A walk down member named Juju was on live and got shot at. By 1200, Juju went off on IG and included TG for being with 1L. A rapper from 3L named DB Omerta dropped a diss track on 1L after the mall situation and went viral. Some 3L members did a drug deal with some 4L members. It was going good at first, until While the 4L members was counting the money, they realized it was fake and ended up shooting at 3L, hitting a 3L member named Lalen. He was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead an hour later.
Morning police in Atlanta are investigating a shooting that left one man dead on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive Southwest. It happened just after 1 p.m. on Friday.
A 14-year-old walked down 3L member named Diamond took to IG to press Vaughn about the beef between 3L and 1200. Diamond is real known round the 3L and had a best friend named Fat Five, a walk-down member known around the West End area, and took shots at Vaughn on IG too. Diamond and Fat was chilling in West End and got shot at by Vaughn and Kill 5. Diamond got rushed to the hospital, but Fat died on the scene. An hour later, Diamond checked out at the hospital. In the heart of Atlanta, tragedy struck. 2 teenagers lost their lives to senseless gun violence. The city, shaken to its core, mourned together as word spread of the devastating shooting. Families shattered, communities stunned, and a silence fell over the streets where laughter once echoed.
Hey, Diamond, get out! Get out! Hold on. Fatanari! Come on. Get out. Hold on. Oh, dead ass little nigga. Hold on. You got
A week later, Vanoff 120 and a 1200 member named Kill 5 went to the mall one day and ran in to Jay and Reggie. It was an altercation at first until Reggie up his gun started shooting at Vaughn and Kill 5. Vaughn was talking crazy to Chucky for the mall situation, and Chucky didn't like that. Vaughn was taking his anger out on him. So Chucky ended up exposing that he was taking back shots from his girl. I know crazy allegations. Vaughn X hopped in it and said he had STD and more crazy allegations.
A month later, Vaughn and some 1,200 members was in traffic looking for a 1L member. They was on the 5 and saw Jay and some TG members posted. They got to shooting at them, but a TG member started shooting back and ended up hitting Kill 5 in the neck. 5 days later, the TG member got locked up for a murder charge. Vaughn was heard inside about Kill 5 and was dropping song back-to-back about Kill 5, hitting 400 to 1M. He fell out with Reggie because of the mall situation. Some small gang from the Zone 4 area, named 1700, was cool with 1200 and hopped in it. Right after, Vaughn and some 1200 members was in traffic looking for Jay. Meanwhile, Reggie called Jay to get some candy and pulled up on Jay at the 5. Vaughn was driving past the 5 and saw them and got to shooting at them. Jay got to shooting back and hit Vaughn and a 1200 member named Lou Marr in the head.
Okay.
Got 21 kids in this bitch, nigga playing this bitch and get hit with a switch. Now he can't get up. That boy is a bitch. Hop out with the switch and top.
When Vanov 1200 lost his life in the streets, everything changed. He was the last thread holding together a generation caught between survival and stardom. Kids started hopping off the porch and started banging for Greedy, Bam, or Vaughn, and changed the Atlanta streets forever. One of Greedy's son named Tone came to Atlanta from Detroit to follow in his dad's steps. He made a GD Crip set called Backdoor Kings, aka BDK, from the Chamberlain Hill area and took over the South Side Atlanta streets. A 12 through 14 teen group called Gen 4 popped up in the Atlanta streets. They was from the King Courts 1900 area and was a GD Crip set, and they would bang under FG, aka for Greedy. The main person in G4 was a 13-year-old named Fully Gen 4, aka G4. He's from 1900 but would go back and forth to 1700. He's related to Chucky and Jay and was a GD. A 16 through 17 Crip group from the West Jefferson Park area that had ties to 6 blocks started buzzing in the street and would go under KFB, aka Kill for Bam. Both groups would go to the MLK middle and high schools. 6BLK would already have problems with TG5 and would have problems with them in school. One day, Fully Gen 4X, a G4 member, was in a dice game with a 6BLK member named D-Baby. The dice game was going good, until D-Baby got mad and swung on Gen 4, and it was a fight between G4 and 6BLK until police pulled up and everybody got to running. A day later, Gen 4 was walking to the Chamberlain Hills gas station and caught D-Baby and beat the hell out of him and ran to IG. After that, the three groups G4, 6 Block, and TG5 was fighting back-to-back in school and out for 2 weeks straight until one day Gen 4 was chilling at 6 Block and saw D-Baby and got to swinging at him until D-Baby up a gun and started shoot at Gen 4. Ever since then, it's been up.
Oh my fucking God, you niggas need brothers. Oh, you Lord niggas. You some fucking rats, you Lord niggas be running.
A month later, Fully Gen 4X and a G4 member named Zinnick was walking from school until a black Toyota pulled up and started shooting at them. Zinnick got hit and ended up dying on the scene. All of the young 4L members would make a crew called Zinnick World and 1700 Cents. Zinnick was from the 1700 King Court area. Two weeks after Zinnick Def, Fully Gen 4X went to 6 Block to chill, since he did it plenty of times without anything happening. But a 6BLK member named 1K walked outside and saw him and beat the hell out of him. The next day, 1K was in traffic and got ambushed by a gray Malibu. He ended up crashing the car and died to his injuries. Lee Jeff, a G4 member, would started claiming the kill for 1K. 6BLK was devastated behind 1K Def and would jump G4 a week later in the restroom. 3 weeks later, Lil Jeff and Fully Gen 4 broke into Baby D Mama house and beat the shit out of Baby D and took his gun.
Hey man, tell the two was 7,000 for that for this and all. Don't praise was 7,000.
Three weeks later, Baby D was in traffic and saw a G4 member named Baby G walking to the corner store and hopped out and started firing and shots at Baby G and hit him in the face. He got rushed to the hospital but died an hour later.
Is demanding justice after a man was shot and killed in a heated argument. Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer's live tonight in College Park, where it happened on Old National Highway. And Bridget, this family went back there tonight trying to remember him.
This tragic incident reflects broader concerns over youth gun violence in Atlanta. Programs like summer jobs, sports, and community outreach are among strategies proposed to help keep teens engaged and safe. Lil Jeff was broken about the situation and was seeking for revenge. 1 week later, Lil Jeff was walking through 6th Block and saw a 6th Block rapper named Baby Low and started shooting and killed him on the scene. Sixth Block was hurt behind Baby Low death. Baby Low was an up-and-coming artist from the Jefferson Park area, and he was trying to make it out of his environment. After his death, the young 6th Block members started calling themselves GBG, aka Get Back Gang, referring to get back for any fallen members. One day, a 6th Block member named Sean was at a clothing store on the south with his BM and got shot at by some G4 members. He figured out later that he got backdoored by his BM for some G4 members and 2 days later shot his BM 10 times. She ended up surviving and appearing in his court case unexpected. Backstory on Sean. Sean is a 17-year-old 6th Block member from the Jefferson Park area, but he would claim Zone 6 to the fullest. He's known for having a little bit of Down syndrome and for getting set up plenty of times. A day later, he got pulled over and arrested for attempted murder and gun charges.
Running toward Pop us! Stop!
Lil 50, a BDK member, would go behind Toneback and would go hang with some GBG members from time to time. Backstory behind Lil 50. Lil 50 was born and raised in Chamberlain Hills and is related to Baby D from GBG and T-Mac, the leader of Murderville. He met Tone when he was 12 years old, and ever since then he's been running with him. One day, a 3L member named G Baby took shots at FG for beefing with 6th Block. "3L and everyone under FG would be going back and forth for 3 weeks. But one day, G Baby got to an argument with Tone on IG. That same day, a 3L member named Trail was chilling at the Temp aka Morning View Apartments when a black SRT-8 pulled up. The last thing he saw was Tone hopping out of the car letting shots off at him. When Trail got hit, a 4L BDK member got left behind and got ran down by G Baby. They was both pronounced dead on the scene. Three months later, in a surprising twist in a high-profile case, Sean Trail made headlines after appearing in court for sentencing. Facing serious charges, many expected Sean to receive over 6 years behind bars. But when the judge announced just 1 year and 8 months, the courtroom and the internet lit up in shock. After Sean trial, word on the street was that his son was related to some 4L members. Sean called G Baby from jail and told him to handle his BM for setting him up 4 times. So he found out where she stayed and kicked her door down. She got pistol whipped and jumped. Right after, they ended up kidnapping her baby. G Baby ended up taking the baby to a warehouse. He had accidentally shot the baby due to frustration and ended up leaving him in the warehouse. G Baby was frustrated for a week and knew sooner or later he was going to get caught. The day of the funeral, G Baby decided to go, but before he went, he picked up a friend to go with him. Soon as they got there, G Baby had put on a ski mask so it would be no problems at the funeral. Shortly after, APD rushed in the funeral and ended up arresting G Baby for 2 accounts of murder. They ended up going into trial immediately and had 4K footage of G-Baby killing the baby and had his friend to snitch on him and tell the police that he was at the funeral and the murder of J4. He ended up getting sentenced to death and shocked the city of Atlanta forever. While all of this was going on, word on the street was hold time Sean BM was a trans, and Sean never had a real son. 4L, 6BLK, and 3L was having mixed emotions about the situation and was quiet for a while. Baby D was going through it after figuring out that his homeboy died to the state and that Sean was gay. TG5 would troll GBG on IG about the Sean situation and clowning Baby D for getting his gun took.
Somebody need to teach you nigga the art of drill, cause I ain't telling y'all don't best out to catch me. You still do your time, Jack. You feel me? You gotta beat the sisters before you come home and see me. Y'all nigga hopping on the morning and shit, take y'all mask off. That's a drill gang different between me and y'all nigga. I would slip through that bit in the scat. It's some wheels, gang. I ain't gotta worry about none of that extra foolishness, nigga. And we ain't no little nigga, nigga. Fuck you talking about. He go Prison Break TV show. They but climb through the wall. He built a contraption, come through the wall. Knife. Pull you up, gang. You go Prison Break, gang. You got shit to attend to really be settling. You just talking about me, gang. I don't need to know you, bro.
The same day, Baby D was at the store and ran into Jeff. They got to fighting, but Jeff ended up firing shots at Baby D. Baby D was rushed to the hospital for life-threatening injuries, but he ended up surviving.
Oh, shit. Damn, you just fucking killed him.
TG5 and 4L would start trolling about the situation.
Question of how to get away with murder, there's no better place to start than the case of Samuel Little, a man that could have killed 93 people in the U.S. over several decades. He died in 2020, aged 80, but before he bit the dust, he let his story be known. He said he started killing people in 1970, and he kept on killing without detection for over 4 decades. He was eventually arrested in...
All my motherfucking Giro, nigga, and all my money still in my pocket. You pussy PR and ass, nigga. Your partner just watched me come in the club. Whoop.
Jeff was putting a name in the street and was known around the city of Atlanta.
Hey,
Two days later, Jay went to the store on the south side of Atlanta. When he was there, he ran into PJ from 1700. It was a shootout, and it led to PJ getting hit in the head 3 times. He was pronounced dead on the scene.
At 11, we are on the scene of a deadly shooting in Atlanta. It's at least the 4th homicide in the city in less than 48 hours. Good evening. I'm Cody Alcorn. We do want to get right out to 11 Alive's Gilad Malamed. She's live from the Crossroads Shopping Center there on Lakewood Avenue off Metropolitan Parkway. Gilad, the shopping center is home to a handful of businesses, including the Lakewood Diner. What's happening out there now?
A 9-tray blood set from the 3L area named Drill Clan was chilling on the west with a 3L group called Pain Gang. Pain Gang is a Trap Starts Black Disciples set and is a original 3L set. The two groups was chilling on the block until Drill Clan ended up backdooring Pain Gang for a Drake. When Drill Clan drove off, they left a member named Spaz behind, and he got killed by Pain Gang as retaliation.
Tonight, police are investigating a homicide in northwest Atlanta, just steps away from Booker T. Washington High School. This happened on Harwell Street, close to the Beltline, around 6:30 tonight. Officers say the victim was a 20-year-old man, and they think an argument between him and the suspect escalated into a shooting. They're still searching for the shooter.
A month later, Jay was solo on the east side. Late night trapping went out of nowhere. A kid ran up and shot Jay in the head. Jay was rushed to the hospital for life-threatening injuries.
We begin with the breaking news, and it's the middle of the night phone call that no one wants to get. a relative or a loved one killed in a shooting. And right now, DeKalb police are trying to piece together what happened outside a Flat Shoals Road apartment complex, hoping that it can lead to an arrest. Atlanta News First Don Shipman is live outside the Highlands of East Atlanta. And Don, I understand police have just arrived back at the scene.
The reason he got shot was because Tone wanted more territory to sell drugs. So he got a 4L member to try to kill Jay, but nobody ever knew who shot him. A GBG member named KJ ran into Tone in traffic and got in a big shootout on the South Boulevard. No one got hurt, and they would go back and forth about it on social media. KJ was walking through Chamberlain Hills when he saw a BDK member lacking and ran down on him in 4K footage. Days later, KJ got arrested for a murder charge. Jay ended up making a shocking appearance on Christmas morning. Three days after the 25th, Jay in Yunguka was chilling in West End with some 93s until some 6-block members was down the street live. Jay ended up seeing a 6-member named Junior and started firing shots at him, hitting him in the face 2 times in the neck.
Mom, yeah, I need to be let on switch one time. The cookie belt out there right now, twin. I need not spinning, bro. With a 4, that's not spinning. You wait for it to come outside. You stand, twin. Mom, yeah, I need not spinning, bro. 4, come back. Or mom will come.
Oh, wow.
A young 3L blood set called Young Crew clicked up with a young 5L and BD group called GL and Wicked Murder 5. Altogether, they made a group called 53, aka 5EVER. They would mark a new area for 3L and 5L and would take over the west side as we know it. A young 1L blood set called Fast Money Homicide told YC to keep Luffy name out of their mouth before shit go down behind it.
Niggas out here a different breed, man. This shit crazy out here, man. I'm done with Atlanta, man. Y'all niggas out here praising rats. All type of shit. Y'all praise niggas.
Backstory behind the leader of 53 VA. The leader of 53 is a 19-year-old named Lil53 and would sometimes go under A5. He's brothers with Jay from 1L and is related to KJ from GBG. Him and Jay was living in the Redwood apartment complexes in Mirror Park, but started living with his dad in the 3L Morning View apartment and would sometimes go to the Town Hill apartments. He's a renegade BD and beef with BD sets like 1704. A sex money murder blood set from the Capitol View area called Casket Gang and Overkill Gang was at the mall when they ran into YC. It was a big argument at first. A CG member named Papa had up a gun and got to shooting at YC, but ended up hitting a lil kid named Mari. The city of Atlanta was left reeling after the tragic death of a 13-year-old, an innocent life taken too soon. In a city already grappling with its own struggles, this loss felt especially heavy, an entire community left to grapple with the harsh reality of wrong place, wrong time. CG Papa and CG JJ was riding through the northwest side of Atlanta, your YC hood, looking for a YC member in till Papa gets a FaceTime call from a YC member named Baby Hot. They argued until Baby Hot slipped up accidentally showing the street he was on, which was 2 blocks down the block of YC Papa, and JJ took no time flying to the area expecting him to be alone, so they pull up to the same spot they saw on the phone. Baby Hot was there and Papa ran up and shot him in the back of his head. 20 minutes later, ambulance got to the scene and later he was pronounced DOA. I forgot to mention, but A5 would have a side hustle and would do interviews on gangs in Atlanta. He had crazy interviews like the CG interview. One of the CG members was doing a lot of drugs, and one CG member got kidnapped mid-interview. All of the interviews ended up getting deleted off of YouTube because of legal problems and street problems. A month later, A5 and 153 member went to the Foot Locker on the South Boulevard and got robbed by some BDK and 4L members. The robbery went left and shots started firing. Baby K, a 53 VA member, got hit in the neck 3 times and was rushed to the hospital. He was later pronounced dead. A5 got back home and was hurt inside after seeing his friend get killed right in front of him, so he waited till later to try to get back for Baby K. 5 hours later, some CG members went to the South Boulevard Shopping Center to hang out up with 4L. When they got their Papa Dab tone up, but 2 seconds later, a man in all black ran up and shot a 10-year-old BDK member named White Boy Carl. By the time the ambulance got there, Carl had bled out from a headshot. It was a dark and heavy day for both 4L and BDK. Tension hung in the air as news broke that one of their own was gone. The streets moved slower. Eyes stayed low. The loss hit deep, deeper than most expected. Right after the news about Carl death, GBG would start trolling about the situation. A picture of 4LMV and BDK at White Boy Carl funeral. A Murderville member named Nusky was driving around the Town Hill apartments looking for Lil 5. Once he saw Lil 5, he started letting shots off at him. Lil 5 started shooting back and ended up hitting Nusky in the chest 2 times. Nusky was rushed to the hospital but was later pronounced dead. A 53 VA member named Mar would drop a diss track on 1L and would go viral for it.
Going on, nigga. Mar in this bit, nigga. Big GL shit, big Mar shit. Nigga, big 5-3 shit ever, nigga. Fuck on these pussy ass, nigga, let's do it. Fuck the Murderville, nigga. Swear they gon' get murdered. If I can't catch Luffy, I'ma kill his brother. I'ma have K5 jump out with that fucking butt. Don't run. C5 be up on some other shit, he don't go for nothing. Now shit, I told Draco, Pastor Draco, so I passed him button. Boom. For that FMA shit, they don't be on that. I really be on some other shit, so Z5 passed the button. Yeah, bitch. I don't care about who you with, I kill your cousin. Hey, go ask the niggas what happened when they tried to spit that gas station gang. Hey, all I can say, these niggas ain't make it out. You know what I'm saying? We made it out, though. You know what I'm saying? Real GL shit, Mar shit, let's do it. They say Lamar here, high head, he gon' jump out and go creep. Last time we spent
TG5 and 53 VA was real close, and both gangs was from the Town Hill Apartments area, but they stopped being cool with each other because of the groups that they hang around. Right after that, Luffy and Lil Jeff was on the east, went out of nowhere. Lil Jeff took Luffy's switch and shot him with it.
Breaking news we're following in Atlanta. Police are investigating after a man is shot in the head at a gas station.
This all happened early this morning at a BP, yet another gas station shooting in our community. Now, this is video from that scene on Campbellton Road. Right now, we are out there working to learn more about the victim's condition and if police...
Luffy was rushed to the hospital for life-threatening injuries and had to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. The week after, CG was going through the Murderville to look for Jay for trolling on IG. CG was spinning Murderville almost every day for a week trying to catch a 1L member. On February the 30th, 2022, Jay was driving through CG Hood and saw Papa Quay and their mom going in their house. Jay hopped out of the car or ran in the house and shot Quay in the head and ran out. He fell in Papa's arms and was dead on arrival.
This is the other young man. Check on y'all people. Let's go. Check on your people. Check on your people. Check on your people.
One Monday morning in Murderville, Baby Drill was on his bike going to the bus stop for school, when out of nowhere, a black Honda had hit him off the bike right after he got stood over and shot in his head by a man in all black. Later on, it was confirmed that the killer was Papa from Casket Gang. Luffy would make a song and get signed by 911 Records, but before he got signed, Jay told him not to get signed to it, but Luffy got mad and would stop being cool with Jay. Later that day, the leader of 911 Records forced Luffy to drop a diss track on TG5. Jay saw it and it was up from there with TG5, FMH, and MV.
Lena said ain't looking for me, ain't never spent the bill. I'll just tell you how it go. Lena said ain't looking for me, ain't never spent the bill.
You know, fuck about none of that. You a die, nigga. Fuck TG5. Fuck everything you is, boy. My mama, nigga, I'm on some 5L and bad money shit. All that playing you doing, bro.
Right after Luffy got backdoor and shot by his record label.
Y'all niggas don't act where the fuck we at, cause y'all niggas know. Yeah.
Timmy Luffy brother and Killer AMV and FMH members was going through 53V Hood when they got shot at and crashed the car. Timmy ran off, but Killer got killed by Lou 53. The next day, some FMH members caught a 4L member lacking.
You fam on the K, bro? Oh, you straight. You got Take this all that little boy see your face. You fam on the K?
You got it, bro.
All right, say yeah.
Walkdown Gang and G4 would start beefing because of a fight that happened at school.
Oh!
YC on Instagram yesterday, little bro.
We play real got thieves right here.
I ain't talking about nothing, but you say you YC. Are you YC?
No, you
Everybody say, no, I'm not YC. I'm YCK.
I
ain't no fed, boy.
News hit the streets that Sean got press in prison and was not banging his set.
Well, like, on some real nigga shit, twin, I was really torturing Rodney, like real deal torturing his ass. Like, if y'all don't know who Rodney is, he a bitch. I don't know what jail he in, you know. See, I was locked up when they was being gangsters and shit, gang. On my mama, twin, I would chase me nigga ass down.
Timmy realized that his girlfriend was messing with his ops. A week later, some walkdown members drove through 1900 to look for a 4L member. They saw a 1900 member named Wick taking the trash out and started firing shots at him. Fully Gen 4X heard the shots and ran outside and started firing shots at Quay, a WDG member, and hit him in the head. Qua got hit in the head and was dead on arrival. Carter ran off and left Qua to bleed out. Timmy went to Quad Grave and piss on his grave.
Box these bullets, man. Niggas better box these bullets.
Broke ass niggas out
Nigga ass trying to box and shit, man. We ain't doing no
May 15th, 2022, a big shootout happened between 53 VA, FMH, and TG5 at the Town Hill Apartments. One person was hurt and rushed to the hospital. 3 days later, Fully Gen 4X was riding his bike. When out of nowhere, two men in black pulled up and shot G4 in the stomach and drove off. G4 was rushed to the hospital for life-threatening injuries. 3L hopped in the beef and clowned G4 for getting shot. 3 days later, 4L went through 3L spot and caught a 53 VA member named Baby Renegade walking from the store. KJ hopped the car and shot Baby Renegade. He was hit but got out the hospital 2 days later. To skip up in the storyline 2 weeks later, when FMH member 2 walked down members 1, 4L member died, and 1 walked down member locked up. Timmy would go to IG to diss 4L 6 block and 53. Chucky and Reggie noticed the situation between 1L and G4 and didn't like that Jeff backdoor Luffy for a switch, so they told Jeff to apologize to 1L, or he was going to get kicked out of 4L and get killed. Lil Jeff G4 and PK, Lil Jeff Lil brother, was downtown, walking round, when they saw 3 FMH members, Cam D and Baby 762. It was an argument at first, but then both crews started firing shots at each other. 762 and D got hit. Cam was dead on the scene. Later on, D and Baby 762 check out at the hospital. G4 got into an argument with Jay about TG not messing with 4L. G4 ended up going to Murderville to find Jay. That same night, Walkdown Gang was in Murderville looking for a Y5 member, but ended up running into G4. A shootout started and G4 gun had jam. G4 got shot in the back, but got stood over by Juju.
Moving on to some breaking news now. We now know that a person killed in an overnight shooting in southwest Atlanta was a 13-year-old boy. This happens while Atlanta city leaders have been trying to curb crime involving young people for months, including a renewed push for a curfew for teens 17 and under. We want to go live to the
Lil Jeff would drop a song about G4 and would go viral that would get 300K views.
Fuck Murderville, fuck.
January the 2nd, 2023, a TG member named Drake went to jail for a gun charge. February 5th, after 5 long years behind bars, Rilo, the notorious leader of 5L, was finally a free man. When Rilo got out, he went off on everyone for not being there with him and stopped messing with 1L and some of the young 3L groups. A Mexican gang called MS-13 came to Atlanta to move weight and would be at the Westwood apartment complex. 2 months after his arrest on a murder charge, GBG KJ was released from jail, a turn of events that shocked both the streets and the courtroom. February 28, 2023, shots were fired on the west side of Atlanta, causing the death of 3 members of the notorious gang, Casket Gang. The 3 members was Papa, his younger brother Zaman, and their older brother JJ. A young GD set from the Northgate apartment complex called Fully Boys would make a noticeable move in the city and would have beef with TG5, GBG, and Y5. The leader of Fully Boys is a 16-year-old named Baby 8. Baby 8, he's a GD and is related to Fully Gen 4 and Chucky and had a strong relationship G4. 8 Block was cool with 4L and would end up having beef with a crew called K4S, cause of an argument that led to gunfire. It would be confirmed that Treyway, a 1900 member, would kill a dude named Slim. May 5, 2023, a known girl named Kiki was at a party in Chamberlain Hills and got into an altercation with a group at the party that led to gunfire. Walkdown Gang would be responsible for Kiki death and would start trolling. Eight Block and some 4L members would make AGD, Crip and Blood set name for Kiki, and 8 Block would start beefing with WDG. Y5 would constantly spin through 1900 to find Lil Jeff and Baby 8. 3 days later, Baby 8 caught a walkdown member at the barbershop and beat the hell out of him. The person who hosted the party that got Kiki killed was an old man named Shug that came from Detroit. Shug used to run the streets of Atlanta before he got shot and got transported to the Detroit hospital. He had his son Tone to come to Atlanta to finish off his work with his other son, Reggie, but came back to Atlanta. When he came back to Atlanta, he disguised himself and gave him a new name called Shug.
I can tell y'all niggas.
Let me ask
We just spot through the
Niggas
boys.
talking about
Yeah.
So you ain't talking about nothing?
Nah, niggas
You not talking about nothing?
I'm not talking about nothing.
Look, little bro. Look,
Look,
little bro, listen when I'm talking, little bro. Listen when I'm...
One more time, so they can know. Yeah, you already know. Shit, you put up on that off the 105, Compton and Central, right?
CRS. Mierdas.
Man, nigga hit song talking about, better not catch him on the east. Fuck nigga, I'm on the east with that stick. Fuck you talking about, pussy.
Elaborate. Give away the name. Down below. I ain't doing social beats. The fuck I look like my
Cause they faced him. Let me see again.
They faced him, nigga.
Cause they faced him, bro.
Ah, right, look, nigga, right in the dome, nigga.
They don't piece him.
Why?
June 17, 2023. Baby D was at a gas station in Houston when out of nowhere shots went off and Baby D was hit in the head twice. June 29, 2023, Tone didn't like how T-Mac was getting more respect than him in the streets, So he called T-Mac to talk business with him when, out of nowhere, shots went off. T-Mac was hit in the head and was rushed to the hospital. Later on, he was pronounced dead. Later that day, Tone paid Q50 $100,000 for helping him set up T-Mac.
He like, bro, this shit real. He the real one. I'm like, shit, I see it. I bet. I got you, bro. Just get my contact. Hold on, bro. I'm finna shoot it to you now, gang. He said nothing. Oh, shit. Damn.
A week later, a Drill Clan member named Perk was found dead in front of the Mirror Park sign with a gunshot wound to the head. Later on, it would be confirmed that Jay from Y5 backdoored him and ran off with his gun. Backstory behind 5K. 5K is a 17-year-old from the Morning View Apartments area and would be associated with YC53 and P4K. He's related to Baby D and is Die 5 because he used to hang with 6 Block and would hang around 53 after the breakup between 6 Block and 3L. Luffy would drop his location, and 5 minutes later, some 53 members would run him out the studio.
To the studio, gang, you was in the studio shaking, twin. You didn't want to rock. You couldn't get that shit out your voice, twin. My young niggas in the studio stand your bitch ass down. You didn't want to rock. Start dissing me, gang. Cause we can really get on.
B3 and 5K saw Luffy in the studio on live and pulled up chasing him out. They chased him all around the city, causing him to crash into the ocean. 5K and B3 steals a jet ski to search for Luffy, but he was long gone by then.
Don't run, nigga! Yo, fuck it, Johnny, fuck him! Fuck him!
After chasing Luffy all around Atlanta, 5K and B3 returns back to the studio and mentions the incident.
I'm saying you doing the most. I'm saying, who the fuck have you texted for you to be talking like this?
I bet I get money,
like,
gang. I get money.
I don't give a fuck.
I want all the smoke with all y'all niggas, fuck lot, bro. And I'm right in front of Middle Grove right now, nigga. Come out here, pop y'all shit. It gun smoke all.
Hey, brother. That light skin nigga was just in here buying woods and shit. The light skin nigga with the tattoos and shit. Yeah. Tell that don't come up here about no more woods, gang. You keep doing like this and shit, bro. Like you tripping.
.53 said TG5 couldn't come back to their hood, so Jay and some TG5 members took a picture in the Town Hill apartments. Chucky would post up on 1900 after some 3L members say he couldn't come back to the city. A blood set called Bounty Hunter Bloods would move into the city and have connections with a whole bunch of gangs like TG5, 1L, and 53 and would be in the Town Hill apartments. A 9-year-old YC and 53 member named B3 would end up having a switch and would get famous in the city for it. August 15, 2023, Tone was arrested for first-degree murder and an illegal firearm and was sentenced 1 year and 6 months in prison. He paid the judge $300K to lower his sentence. G4 and 8 Block would squash beef with TG5 and Y5. A YouTuber named Huey did a vlog where he backdoored a 4L member named DK. Huey is a YouTuber that makes funny videos on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, but behind closed doors, Huey was secretly a 4L member in disguise. Allegedly, he was the one who shot Mr. 5K back in October,
What you looking for?
but it's just a street rumor.
What you looking for? Huh? You look lost. What you looking for?
What you mean what I'm looking for?
You looking for something, bro?
Oh.
Hey, Hey, bro, it's a prank, bro. Hey, bro, it's a prank. Bro, hey, bro.
DK would end up making a gang called Four Way and would be in Westwood 1200 block. Backstory behind DK. DK is a 19-year-old from the Westwood apartment complex and is related to Q50 from Drill Clan. He's affiliated with 4L and Four Way. One day, Rilo was at the Southside City Trend when out of nowhere he saw a YouTuber named Huey posted up making a YouTube video. They was cool at first, but later that day, Huey did a video where he backdoor Rilo for claiming 5L.
What was going on? He caught it. Soon he pulled the gun out on me. He loaded his ass. See what's going on? The gun. He scrap on somebody. It was self-defense.
Trying to rob him, got his ass. Hit it.
Rilo Def was big on the west and east side, so some young 5L, 3L, and 53 members made a gang called RG for the Def of Rilo. DK and his brother Lil O was in the south chillin', until Lilo saw a suspicious male with a ski and gloves walking down the block with his hands in his pockets. DK and Lil O walks up pressing the male, not knowing he had a gun on him. Lil O reaches out trying to rob the male and still. The unknown male ups his gun, if fear letting off one shot, hitting Lil O right in between the eyes, killing him almost instantly. DK chases the male shooting at him, but couldn't catch him. 30 minutes later, DK, still grieving over his loss, talks through the south, not looking, just walking in, till he saw the male him and Lil O was pressing talk to BDK Tone at the clothing store. Without hesitation, DK ups his gun, head tapping the male from across the street, running into an alley. September 2nd, 2023, 5K was in the south and got shot by a Y5 member named Yunguka. Luffy would move to Mexico to escape all of the beef in Atlanta. A small group called Steve Drive 1500 would try to backdoor Q50 but ended up getting killed and was pronounced DOA. Lil 53 and 5K would drop a song named Killville and hit 500K views and diss Murderville 4L and 8 Block for being cool with 4L and MV.
Fuck Murderville. Fuck. Come on. Yeah, bitch.
We hop out fast, we on his ass and ain't no time to crash. Been in through they block with my new Glock 200 on the dash. I tried to switch this bitch too quick, this bitch shoot very fast. This bitch shoot very fast, probably can't catch up with Flash. 4-0 we on your ass, stop dissing bitch and come get back. Luffy, you better not like, cause when I spin I'm catching hats. Go pick a drill cause he got killed, got left all on his back. Got left all on his back, that boy had him a heart attack.
Jay would get locked up for a switch and for 2 big rappers, Death Bam and Von. Jay would take it to trial and end up beating the gun charges, but sadly got death penalty for Bam and Von murders. Jay wasn't born into greatness. He was born into struggle, raised in the East Side where survival wasn't promised. The streets didn't teach him how to love. They taught him how to move smart, stay silent, and never fold. Jay lived in contradiction. He was the man who'd hug your mama and slap your op in the same breath. His enemies feared him. His friends trusted him. And the city? It watched from the sidelines, caught between admiration and fear. Years later, murals still carry his face. Kids still say his name. And in the streets of Atlanta, Jay lives on not as a myth, but as a memory, raw and unfiltered. He was love. He was hate. But above all, he was real. Long live Jay. 5K and Lil 5-3 would drop songs back to back and gain 200 to 400K views on each song and become known rappers in the city. Luffy would continue his rap career and drop songs back to back. "5K, Lil 5 and a walk-down member named Perk was chilling in the 3 when a man in an all-black car came up to them asking are they rappers. A second later, he hopped out the V and started firing shots. 5K got hit and Perk started firing back. He was in critical condition and was rushed to the emergency room. January 15th, 2025, a TG member named Drench5 got out of jail for gun-related charges.
I love a hat. Say you love a hat, nigga. I love a hat. Say fuck red. Fuck red. Fuck.
Fuck you fucked up when you let me take the Drake game. It's cool. You got my button. It's cool though. It's cool though. I'm finna show you what the Drake do.
Where you at?
I'm outside. Where you at?
I don't see you. Oh, look now.
You see me, boy. Don't worry about it. You don't see me, boy. Where you at?
Where you at, kid?
A day later, a 5L member named Dre got chased down by a 4L member named Quan.
That you ain't blood, you ain't slime, none of that, little Mike. Keep running, little nigga.
May 5th, 2024, 5K was at the Morning View Apartments chilling when B3 Perk and some other YC members came and told 5K he had to move around because 5K ran off on B3 for his switch. Perk ended up upping his gun on 5K and kicked him off the 3. May 9th, FMH Timmy would get out of jail for unknown charges. YC and Walkdown Gang would stop being cool with 5-3.
I just beat that boy ass so bad. Turn around, boy. I just beat your ass, boy.
Perk and B3 slid through 53 Hood and 4-Way Hood and dropped shots off on DK and some 53 members.
Oh shit, fuck y'all talking about. This not y'all. This mine. Matter of fact, nigga. This mine. This mine, nigga. Come on now. Come on now. 60 for what?
Right after spinning through 53 Hood, Perk and B3 got in a high-speed chase and crashed the V. Perk got caught by the feds and got arrested for attempted murder.
We ain't got to one up all the coffee guns that we fold each. Pick the shit to soak it, baby, kill and break that little boy teeth. I don't want you hold, I got a piece that piece up both to me. Find out about the fill the teeth, I bet not on that cliff of tree. We don't all disclose for me to tell you I need to call that piece.
The Atlanta era would die down, and all of the TGYC 53 and 4E members would be locked up. News would come out that Sean snitched to get out of jail, Tone raped DK, and Mr. Can't Say Nothing. and all of the original Y5 and 1L members would move on with life. The street of Atlanta would be full of snakes and rats. Jumping in the streets of Atlanta leads to three things: rich hell or jail.
I ain't gonna lie. Man, when I was locked up, but you had to talk to me, but you ran into me, but I'm putting your ass down. But I was the GD worst nightmare in Gwinnett County, Georgia, in the county jail when I was locked up. On 5, but them folk in Gwinnett know about me. That's why everybody think I'm from the know. But I was in that jail laying it down, but what the fuck you talking about? Man, what? You a who? What you doing? You know where you at? Who you know? You don't know nobody, you ain't nothing. You ain't talking about shit, but on 5. And the only reason why I even started throwing nothing over, like saying something about no, cause I was politics, that was my politics was at, and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna I damn near be claiming the north side, just because, like, I grew up in South Fulton, like, my whole years of being, like, my whole adolescence. As soon as I turned, I went to jail on my 17th birthday, you know what I'm saying? They introduced me real good to the goddamn north side, you know what I'm saying? And I've been in and out of that motherfucker since my 17th birthday, twin. On 5, until I was like 27, 28, really like 27. I got down, shook that shit, cause I finally got out the probation and shit like that. So I was.
And I ain't gonna count. Another thing, with y'all bitch ass nigga. It's a lot of y'all niggas who blood now, they used to be Crip. It's a lot of y'all Crip niggas who Crip now, used to claim blood back then. Put up the resume. I can name about 10 on hand. On my mama.
Hey, I love you, twin. Hey, boy. But all them push-ups, all them gym rats, all that fucking weight that you pushing, all that diet that you on, you know, you eat a certain way and shit, you know, you super, you know what I'm saying? You be training and all that shit, twin. Man, I got a little ass 32 that'll end all that shit on 5.
It's hurt on the road. So that's part of the street shout of nobody bullets. We can tell by I've been on both sides of the gun, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Sly. I'm in my late, like, 30s. Sly, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, ain't no more people know about it, bro. Like, it's in Atlanta, bro. Feel me? All that street shit, everybody moved on with their life, feel me? Twin. No near dropping twin, but, oh, them old boys, they went there all lane and shit, bro. Like, this shit always, bro. Yeah, man, like, about that question, like, I just feel like, you feel me, bro, like, answers I got shot in my head, you know what I'm saying? I just been moving on with life and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, bro, like on 5, bro, like, niggas now, well, I shit slide, no more, for real. See, my own son don't even fuck me for real no more, bro. His ass about to go back in jail anyway. I said, like, Atlanta, the whole Atlanta, bro, that shit always,
The Atlanta police are investigating a shooting in the southwest part of the city.
Right here, because you can see that yellow police tape cordoning off the area. You can see all
Drive in MLK Junior Drive as officers search through the street.